Authorities say a space heater is to blame for a fire that destroyed a trailer Sunday just outside Duluth. And this is the aftermath off Arnold Road. Thankfully, no one was inside at the time of the fire. According to the Rice Lake Fire Department, it was caused by someone improperly using a space heater. Now, that Rice Lake Volunteer Fire Department has been extremely busy lately. That fire you just saw was one of a record number of emergency calls for them in 2023. Northern News Now's Cara Kopp takes a look at why numbers are spiking there and how the small department is handling it.
2023 was a busy year for the Rice Lake Fire Department.
Every single year, generally, we see an increase in call response.
Last year proving to be no different, according to Rice Lake Fire Chief Mark Niemi.
We ended up having about a 30 to 40 call increase from the previous year.
A record 268 emergency calls were made in 2023, compared to the 245 the year prior. A fire department responding to a lot of non-fires.
The majority of calls that we respond to are medical in nature.
The EMS needs are in large part due to Rice Lake's aging population, which means the department needs a large staff. 22 men and women ensuring all calls from the community are answered over the course of 2023. But not long ago, that staff wasn't there.
About 5 or 6 years ago, we were at our lowest membership numbers over the history of the fire department. I think we ended up dropping down to about 13 members at that time.
So Chief Niemi knew it was time to get to work in recruiting and to help find the next generation of first responders. Using a social media marketing campaign, it worked. The RLFD staff now prepared to help their community in the new year.
I don't think 2024 is going to be any different based on the trends that we see.
In Rice Lake, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
And if you're interested in joining the fire department's team, you can visit our website for more information.